till now, then maybe we can start.
Yeah, I want to create something. This one too. Good evening. Okay, now let's start. What I think everyone is aware of what we are doing yesterday. We just created alignment. We ended with the profile. Okay, is it? Are we together? Okay. So we just created the existing profile. The existing profile, the profile that is created from the alignment, the horizontal alignment that we designed. And then what we're going to start today, I want us to design the profile that we are creating. Now we're going to design. First, maybe we should ask ourselves, why do we design a profile? Does anyone knows maybe why do we design a profile? Oh, is aware, maybe we always design profile. Why do we design a profile?
To minimize all the dangers that will happen.
Okay. Anyone to try again? Why do we design a profile? Okay. There are some reasons that bring us to the design of the profile. I will just say from the fact that I know, when you just define the route where you're going to design the road or design anything that needs a center line, you have to create a profile so that you can see the elevation and the station in a vertical view of how the nature of alignment is. So designing the profile, we want to make it smooth so that when we come to the point of designing a road and so ever, everything is in place. And the other thing, maybe we want to design a profile. Maybe there are some studies that are being done on the area that we design the alignment or the center line of the road. You can just get the information from the hydrologists, those who do hydrology, or from, maybe you find that from people around the surrounding. Maybe at a specified point on your alignment, maybe during rain season the point is flooded, the area, that the point among those points that you have selected is flooded, or there is any obstruction. So what you have to do is either you shift the alignment in either of the side, either in the left side or the right side. Now if you had already done the surveying and you just created the alignment and then you created the profile, you cannot anyway go back to site and start from the beginning, surveying, starting from the start point up to the end point, because it's obviously costful. So what we normally do, you just pick the points, you just survey again on those critical points, then you come up with the elevation of the respective points, and as well you'll be knowing the station or chainage of the respective point. So what you're going to use to redesign the existing profile, you're going to use the data from the existing profile. Or the other way, you're going to redesign the profile by passing through the existing one, if there is no any strong evidence that proves you to just go back to site. So in order to design a road, you should have an existing, that is the profile created from the existing alignment, and then you have to design a profile that will pass through your existing one, your existing profile, which will be showing the grades, elevation and station as usual. So when you are designing a corridor, that is the one that we're going to refer. So I'll just show you on how we can design it. We will use both ways in the design of the profile, and then you'll see what you can do. If you're given points, how can you go about it? And if you want to redesign it, how can you do it? Okay, I've just created the alignment. I'll just create the existing profile from this horizontal alignment. Then from the profile, I'll just create the surface profile. This is the surface profile, the profile that I create from the existing alignment or the horizontal alignment. And I think this is not new. Maybe if you have anything, you can just ask. Maybe if you are just left a little bit, you just ask, no problem. Okay. When you click on create surface profile, you'll be asked to select the alignment that you use and the surface. I have the station range, which is for the alignment that I created, the start and the end. Or if I'm just looking for the sample part, I just specify from the sample. Okay, I'll just add, because I want to create the profile from the start up to end. Then I will add, this is the details, the profile list that I have added. Then I will click on draw in profile view. Then from there, I have the create profile view general dialog. I'll just set some settings that I'm required to set. I have to select the alignment. This is the profile view 1. This is the profile view name. I'll just rename it, the name of the profile, depending on the project that you are carrying out. Profile 1, I'll just name it profile 1. Then if you have any description about that profile, you're just going to input. And the profile view style, you have several styles, you can choose any of your choice. Then you click next. You have the station range. because we selected to start from the beginning up to the end, so we are going to use the first one. Otherwise, if you want to specify, you specify the range depending on what you want to do. Okay, next I have the profile view height. I'll just leave it to automatic because it will be calculated depending on the terrain at a specific location where you are on your alignment. Then I have the profile display options. So this is my profile that I'm going to create. Then click next. I have the select band set. What am I going to display on my profile? I have several. You can just display the elevation and station or any other among these. All those are just styles that you can use as labels on your profile. List of bands. You have the location where you want to add the labels or the band sets. Then it's either at the bottom or at the top. You'll select among those. Then next, I'll create a profile view. Then I'll be prompted to select profile view origin. Then I'll click there. So this is the profile that I've created. You can see it, at some points it's not seen well. So when I click on the profile view and the right click, I will click on display order so that the profile may be at the top and the profile view grids at the back of it. Okay, so this is the profile. So you can even edit anything about this. When I click on the profile view and right click, I have profile view properties where I may change the several information, station, elevations, profile itself, the profile itself. I have the bands, I have the hatch. All these are just under the profile view properties. Okay, when I go back and select the profile and then edit profile view style, it's where I may edit style of the profile. I have information, I have grid, title, annotation. I may decide to rename it. Let's say I just write this is my profile 1. Then I'll click OK. I can edit the horizontal axis, or I can just be under title annotation. I have height, I can edit height, placement of it, all these things. I may change anything. So when you are doing your exercises, you can try anything you like and see what happens. Under the horizontal axis, I have the vertical axis, I have the display. Under display, I may just, you see, you may name the axis, maybe you want, this is the vertical axis is the elevation and the horizontal axis is are the stations. So you may display, under display you just decide what to be visible. When it's yellow, this one, it means it's visible, and when it's blue, it's off. So if I just add the left axis title, and maybe I want to add the right axis title, when I apply and click OK, you'll find out that the elevation are being added and the title that I changed is there. So you may edit just the way you want. Okay, so this is the profile. Now I will just use the first method to design the profile. Then what I'm going to do, this is my existing. This is my existing profile. Then I'll go back to profile and create design. Then I will select profile creation tools. Then I will click on profile creation tools. Then I will be prompted to select the profile view. Select the profile view to create a profile, or I can just say it. Okay, I will start. Click on the profile, create the profile creation tools. Then I will be prompted to select profile view to create a profile. Then the profile view is all of this, what you see. Then I will click any. Then I will be given a create profile dialog. I have the alignment. I use the alignment 1, so it will be displayed there. Name, this is the design profile. Design profile. This is the design profile. I have the description. I may just write the description over there. General, the profile style. I have the styles, but I may just select among this. This may be a design profile or layout, or just the same. All these are profile styles you can use. I will select design profile. Then I have profile label set. I will select complete label set. Okay. Then the design criteria, I have the I'll use the AutoCAD standard, and I'll use the design criteria based. Then I'll click OK. Then you see I have this dialog, profile layout tools for the design profile. Okay, under this profile layout tools dialog, I have several tools that are there. You see the first tool, draw tangent without curve. I will scroll under this, then I will click on curve settings. Under curve settings, I have the vertical curve setting. So I'm going to set the settings that are in the, first I'm going to select the curve type that I'm going to use, and we use the parabolic because the one that will be changing depending on the slope that where we are passing through our existing profile. And these are crest curves and sag curves. Do you know crest and sag curves? Crest are those just goes up, sag goes down. So when you are passing somewhere, maybe not straight, where you have ups and downs, these are values that you may set. But as well, you can, after you create the design profile, you can see what complies, what does not comply, and all these sag curve and crest curves have their standards where you can use them, what value you can use them, or the K values, and especially on the curves, because we are just setting on the curves. And where there is a problem, you're going to be asked to change. Maybe something is not in good order, so you have to take care of it. Okay, I'll just leave with them as they are. Then I'll click OK. I'll just go back the same. I scroll and draw tangents with curves. I will click on it. Then I'll be prompted to specify the start point. So when you are designing a profile, the first thing you have to know, you'll have to start with the start point, the one that is there from the existing, and end with the end point that is there. Okay, at the middle of it you can just go, but what you'll be doing, you try to balance ups and downs so that you may not either go at the top that much or at the bottom that much of the profile that you are having. Okay, then specify start point. My start point is this one. I will click on it. Then specify end point. So I'm not going to the end point, maybe just straight to the end point, because if I do something like this, it's horrible. So I'll be balancing across my profile. So this is the normal you can do. Maybe this is my route that I'll be passing. Maybe I'll be passing there. Okay. Okay, I'll be past there. This is where that's the other point. That's that point. This is my curve. Then I'll press enter. So this is my design profile. I may just change the annotation scale. Maybe let's say this is 2. That's so good. Okay, this is the profile that I have designed from the existing, and I have the grades across it. When I just, because I just passed, I was not that much consistent. So when I put the cursor on this is the design profile, and this is the existing profile that I created before. So these are just the values where there are some curves. As you can see, they are having even errors. So when I just put, let's say I just put on the warning symbol, as you can see, they say minimum K for passing set distance violated. So in order to see this, maybe it's due to, because this point, at this point, it's especially where there is curves, where you find there are problems just like this. So when I click on, do you see this, the profile layout tools for the design profile? I have the profile view grid. When I click on it, to show me all those points with the warning symbols. Okay, as you can see them, these are some of the points that need to be changed. Okay, when I just put the cursor over there, say minimum K for passing set distance violated. and let me minimize it. Going back to the profile layout tools, for the design profile, I have this profile layout parameters. It's where I can, when I click on one of the details, I'm just given details, and it's where I can edit anything. Let's say maybe I click on one of these. I have several things. I have the minimum K table that we use, minimum K for stopping sight distance, and minimum K for passing sight distance. These are the minimum that we can use, and all these depend on the type of road you're designing and of what nature and of what speed you have used. So selecting the speed that you use also has the impact on all these. Now I don't know how you are, I don't know if you have the manuals or for reference for your, maybe for your country. They are not there.
But I think under development,
Mm.
they're under development in RTP.
Under? They are on the process of being produced. Okay. In any, but I think you use Ashto as well. So in all those, in any country, I mean, all the standards are almost there, because you have a room for, let's say, starting from a certain specified speed up to a certain specified speed. You have several values. Maybe I have it somewhere. Linda, do you have the flash I gave you the documents? Can I just show? I want to show you the sample the way it is, because you have the standards for the design. If you are designing an alignment, if you are designing a profile, and all these, maybe if you use the speed of maybe 30 kilometers per hour, what passing sight distance you should use, stopping sight distance, passing sight distance. So all those will be put into consideration. So you may just change. Sometimes you may design and you find a lot of errors among all these, and even all these grades, grade in, grade out in the curves are according to standards. So when you find maybe somewhere you have an error, first you have to check on starting from the alignment as we did yesterday. You may, especially on curves, is where there is a problem. You check for elevation, where you can change the radius or speed, things just like that. So when you come to the creation of the profile and the design profile, say you conclude each and everything. So maybe you minimize to the minimum those errors so that you can continue with your design. So I just want to show you the sample how it is. I think I have it there. So this is one of the parts, because at every stage of the road design you have, maybe you'll be, when it will be made already, you'll be having, if we are designing our alignments, what should we consider? You should have a wide range depending on what type of road, either you are creating on flat areas or in mountainous area, or on where there is embankments, and whether all of those roads may be paved or unpaved. All those things should be considered. So I'll just show you. This is for alignment design, just guideline to designers, because what we normally do when a certain road wants to be designed, the turn roads, the Tanzania road agents give you some few specifications. Maybe if you have a ditch, maybe you are designing a ditch across the road, what's the depth, those crucial things, and maybe length and shoulder. Other things you'll be referring, because you have all the inputs, you'll be referring to the manual. Some few things, those are not that much crucial. So if you come to alignment design, you have, let's say, minimum sighting distance for, let's say, this is bituminous surface roads. You have the design speeds various, and the stopping sight distances and the passing sight distance. So you should be ranging among those values that you are given. So when you find that when you have created a profile, it's having some errors, you know where you can just refer and reduce this, keeping in mind that you have already started from your alignment, taking care of all the speeds or radius that are there. You have other things like these are minimum distances for the center line on the inside lane of to an obstruction. You have all those details, minimum radii for the curve. You have all the tables, so you'll be referring depending on the speed you are using and what you want to design. So they're just like this. Those, yes, we are just selecting when we are creating an alignment in maximum values. So this will be depending on what value you are using, on what speed, on what radius you used. So you can select the E maximum percent. So those are just several. They might be the same way when you find that you create yours, but we have small variations. So that's how ours is, and that is the one way that can help us during our design. So you can take them for your consideration. So only those are the ones that I wanted to show you. Okay. Now this is the profile that we designed. Let's say we finish each and everything, we have seen what are our problems. From this will show all the points starting from where you started with the profile up to the end, and at this column, profile layout parameter for design profile, so you can edit anything, can edit these, all these are editable, especially the grading and grade out, slopes, K values, profile curve length, and the radius. At the final stage, when you finish each and everything, it's where now you can start with the other thing, specifying the road cross section and others. So for those who are there starting from the beginning, I just said we'll be designing a profile and we have two ways. That is one of them, by tracing through the existing profile, but you have the other one where you will be given points. Maybe a certain area, I just created the profile, I mean the alignment and the profile, but somewhere else along my route I have to shift either the alignment to either of the sides. I cannot begin from the beginning, but I will just use the points. The specific point or area will be surveyed, then I will have the stations and the elevation, and from those values I'm going to edit my profile. I may just create the design profile form. That it will be the second one. So I will show you as well how can you have a profile already, the existing profile. How do you use the points in order to design the profile? Because you'll be having some points only, so you will not be tracing like the way we did, but you'll be using points straightforward. Okay. Now I have this. I would like you to copy these values that I'll be displaying, so that when we start, you'll be just telling me. Okay. I will use a certain. I'll just use a drawing that is already drawn, which corresponds to these points. So I will just need you to copy these points, so that when we start, we'll have them when we have to use them. I have the chainage and the elevation. There's somewhere I've written just a start point, just to write the way it is. Then I will tell you why I've just written the way it is. Have you copied them? Okay. But I think you have it, eh? I gave you a file. What's in the file, I think. Okay, I have this drawing. This is the surface, this is the alignment, and this is the profile. So I want to design this existing profile using the points that I've just given you. Okay, I think you have it in the file I just gave you. It's written working files. I just remembered, I think it's there. Okay, now I want to design the profile. What I will do, I will just start as usual with the profile. Then I will select profile creation tools. Then I'll be prompted to select profile view to create a profile. Then I will click on the profile view. Then I'll have this dialog for the setting. I have, this is the design. Let me say this is heavy design profile. I'll select the design, the profile style and the design style, the profile label sets, complete label sets. Then the design criteria, I'll use the design criteria. Then I'll click OK. Then I'll have this dialog. This is the profile layout tools for this design profile that I have specified. I'll click on the draw tangent without curves. Then I'll click on settings. Then I'll select, this is parabolic, and these are the settings. I may change them whatever I want. Then I'll click OK. Then I'll go back to the same profile. Then I'll click on draw tangent with curves. Then I'll click OK. Then I'll be prompted to specify start points. This is my start. When I just look on this profile, this is where I started and this is where I end. So the start point is just right here. I will click on it. This is the start point. So from there, that's why I just wrote start point on the list that I gave you. Then from there I want to enter the station and the station and elevation that I have. So what I have to do, I have do you see these tools? I have the tool written, this one at the, do you see that? It's written profile station elevation. So this tool will help me specify the profile, the stations and the elevation of the said design profile. So I will click on it. When I click, I'll be prompted to select a profile view. Then I'll click on the profile view. Then when you look at the command line, it's written specify station. So that's where I start feeding the data that I gave you. Are we together from there? Okay. So can you read for me the first station?
3 plus 0, 0.
3 plus 0, 0. Then I'll press enter. Then I'll be prompted to specify the elevation of it.
110.
Then I'll type 110. Then I'll click enter. Then again specify station. And when you look at the profile, you see there is a line. I don't know if you see it properly. Do you see it? No. But there is a line up to that point, up to the 300 that we specified. There is a, you'll just do it, then you'll see how it works. I don't know if you can see it properly because of the resolution of that. Okay, then I'll specify the station again is
3.3 plus 65.
65. Then I'll press enter. It's elevation
104.5.
Then I'll press enter. Then I'll continue. Station
7 plus 25.
7 plus 25 and 25. Elevation
150.
150. Station
11 plus 50.
Then it's elevation
111.
Station
12 plus 50.
12 plus 50.
Elevation is 124.
124. Station
13 plus 93.
13 plus 93. Then elevation
106.92.
6.92. Then that is the last one, and when you look at your, there is the last point. So you'll be just asked, depend on the length of the road. There is my end point. I just press enter, then enter for the second time. So I will have the profile just like that. So that will be the designed profile. So that's how you can feed the data for elevation and station if you are just given data. So that's how you can design a profile. Are we together? So now, in order to understand more, I think you have to do it. You have to create a surface. I know you have points. You create an alignment. Then I want to see the first step, the first method I used. Then I will after you finish that, I will tell you what drawing to open. Then you do the same as I did. Okay, there you go. If you saved it, you can just go on with it. I think you created yesterday a profile.
linearly.